All right. I was attending an interview recently, and there was a question from an interviewer that what is the difference between the running config and candidate config. Later on, he focused that what is this named config. So this is just one of the very important question. I don't say it is very important, but yeah, sometimes they ask that what are these actually and how they are used in the firewalls. So today our focus will be these config, and if we are doing any error while doing configuration, then how can we revert it back? It means that whenever you are doing any config changes, let us suppose you are configuring any policy and by mistake you delete an important security policy, not important but still you deleted it, but you don't want to delete it, then how can you revert it back? So today's session will be focusing on these error correction, commit and all. So let's see that how can we do it. So we will be doing the practically these things and seeing that what are the options are coming whenever we are making any changes, and how can we commit it. So this is our GUI, right? Our Palo Alto firewall. And if I want to make any change, let me create a zone. So I go to network here. In the zones tab, I create an option. Let me just firstly brief you that what it no, I'm going to focus so that you can focus on these things. You have to watch the points this commit tab, config and lock. These options I'm going to tell as of now. All right. So first you see that this commit is right now it is grayed out. You don't have anything to do here. Another option is this lock, right? And another thing is config. So let's just see what are these first before making any changes. So if I click on this lock option, not a clicking, just hovering over it, and it is saying that no lock taken, click to take a lock. This lock is means basically whenever you are doing any config changes, you want to make sure that at the same time no one else is doing the configuration changes. So if you just hit this lock option here, what it does, you take a lock and no one else can do modification on this firewall. So this is the purpose of this lock option. Another option is like config, right? So there if you click it here, it is saying that save changes, means that whatever changes I will going to do, that save that changes. Or if by mistake you did something and you want to revert those, you can revert these changes. So if I click it right now, the revert changes, it says no pending changes to revert because everything is there and nothing I have to change it. So now let me just focus on these and let's create a zone here. All right, so I'm going to add, and I'm giving it as a trust zone. Okay, just right now it's grayed out. If I hit OK here, you see that this commit option is now in the blue color. It means that I can commit changes now. So before going to that, let me tell you about the candidate config and running config. So running config is the config which is basically running on the firewalls. Whatever the configs available in the firewall currently, they are in the running config. It means that using those configuration your firewall is running, and based on those configuration it is making the policies or the interfaces, whatever it is. So basically those config are running this firewall, or those configuration are running on that firewall. Another config is like candidate config. Candidate config are the configuration whatever you have just made it. Like let us suppose I have made this trust here and mode type I have created as tab, whatever it is. So I have made some changes, but still I have not pushed it to apply on the firewall. Mean it's like that I have written something, but not applied on this firewall. So those configs are called as the candidate config. Whatever is the running, that is the running config, and whatever the configuration you have written on the firewall but not applied, or in short you can say you have not committed, before committing whatever the configuration is there, that is the candidate config. So right now if I want to revert these changes, I can click it here, config revert changes, because I can revert the candidate config whatever I have made. So I can revert it, and I can see here whatever the preview changes I'm going to see here, right? Means once I revert it, I will say, let's just forget about that one. Just I will show you later on. So I was just going to revert it, that's it. So if I revert it back, you see that whatever the tab mode I have created, that has gone. So the candidate config, you have reverted whatever you made it. All right. Now let's do it same thing once again. I'm going to create zone, make the name as a trust. All right. Making the type as a whatever tunnel, or let's say tab, not a problem. I created that zone. Now I don't want to revert it because you know it that I have to write it. So I'm going to commit it now because I want to apply this on the firewall. So whenever I click the commit here, then there is an option for the commit all changes and commit changes made by me. So whenever you are committing any of the changes, you should be very careful. Always select this option, commit changes made by me. Never do this one, because what happens that sometimes you forget to take the lock, and at the same time any other user is making changes. If he is making changes and by mistake you do this commit all changes, what is going to happen, that whatever the configuration he is doing, that is also committed here. Even he is not confident, or at the time he don't want to push that, but still you just do it. So never do this commit all changes. You can do it, but until unless you confident, but it is never, I have seen that nobody has done this commit all changes. They always do with this commit changes made by me, because you know what changes you have made. All right, this is one thing. Another thing what you have option here, preview changes, change summary, and validate commit. So let's see that preview changes option. Whenever I click hit here preview changes, hit OK. Okay, it is giving some error as of now, but basically what it does, it tells you the config changes. Okay, let just hold on, I just sorted it out and come back. It opens a tab and it exactly tells you that what are the config changes you have made. So these are the legends. Basically whenever you are seeing the green color, means that this is the current configuration right now, and you have added this configuration, means that you have created a zone as a trust. All right, and that's network, and the type is tab. So this is configuration you are going to add it here, and if you are going to modify anything, then the color will be like this, and it's deleted, the similar color will be there. So by seeing this tab, you can visualize it, that what exactly you are going to do. If you are confident enough that you are making the right configuration, you can go ahead. All right, after that one, there is like change summary. This is similar to whatever we have seen, like but in the different type. Like these are the things we are going to write it here. So there's nothing changed, and that's what you can see it here, that it is saying you the difference, that this is the candidate config. Right now we are having the config, but that is not written to the firewall, and this is the running config. So whatever changes we have made right now, they are in the candidate config. Once we commit it, they go to the running config tab. So now before committing, if you have any doubt that your commit may fail it, so rather than just validating and committing together, if you click it commit here, first it will validate and then it will commit it, right? But if you have any uh, suspicious, you are suspicious about that your commit may fail in the validation, you can click validate here. So in this case it will not commit it, just it will validate. So you see it here, operation that is validate only, right? So it is validating and it will just check based on its rule that it is logical whatever you're doing or not. Sometimes we do such things that they are not logical to the firewall, so it just fails those things. We can close it and now we can commit it here. So if I commit it now, the operation is commit now and the status is active and it is ongoing. You can see these changes from the tasks here. There is a tab here, tasks, whatever the tasks are running, you can see it here. So it is commit is ongoing, that is at the 98% as of now. All right. So these things we can view it here. Close. Perfect. So now you are quite confident that you have made some changes, you have committed it. But as you committed it, then you realize, oh no, I have made some mistake and this trust zone should not be here, right? Then what you can do? So there is an option to revert in the Palo Alto firewall, and that is really good. What you can do, you can go to here device tab. Inside the device, you can go to the setup and there is an option load configuration version. So let's just see what are there. Just I click it here, and if I click the drop down here versions, you see that there are multiple versions with the numbers 25, 24, 23, 22 and all. And the good thing is that they are related to the date and time. If you remember that at what time, on which date you changes made, you can select any of the version. These you can say the configuration versions we are saving it here, so you can go it back on the previous one. So right now we just made change, we can select just previous one here. So let's take this 23 and click OK, and your configuration is loaded. So now let's see if we have let's see that tasks are okay or not. Yeah, tasks are completed. And now we can go to the networks, and in the zone tab we see that there is a no trust zone now. So that's how whatever the mistakes we have done, we can recover it. But after that one, if you realize no I made some changes or it was really required, you can do again the same thing. You can go to the device setup and load the configuration version here and make revert once again, and it will be back whatever you have done. Still not. So I think I have to go to one more previous one. Oh, let's stop playing that. uh, Now another thing what I am going to focus, there are, you see that multiple options here. There are that revert to last saved configuration, revert to running configuration, save named configuration, save candidate config, load and all, right? So load configuration version, that is okay. We have already discussed this part. You know what they are. And now the one option is there, load named configuration snapshot. So before that one, going this, let's take one first. What I'm going to do, I'm going to save the configuration, whatever the configurations are there in this firewall, I'm going to save them. It means that you want to replace this device or doing any critical changes, you suspect that something can happen to the firewall. So before that one, we try to do these things. What I'm going to do, I'm going to save the named configuration. So whenever the this comes named configuration, it means that you can give name to that configuration. That's the difference only. Remaining your candidate configuration, running configuration, you're clear. I have already told you. And this named configuration is only that you can give the name. So I'm saving this configuration. It is like I'm taking a backup of this firewall. and giving the name as my config, and after that one I can give the date, let's say 1702. All right, or the number, whatever you want. Click OK. So now the config saved to my config 1702. But whenever you are doing some critical changes, there are chances that your firewall gets faulty, or it does not come up, or you are rebooting again and again and your memory is lost, right? So there are chances that whatever the config you have saved to the firewall, that is gone because your firewall was not booting up, or that is your firewall is damaged. So it is always a good practice, not in fact good, in fact the best practice, to export your configuration to your local machine. So always export configuration snapshot. So you can click it here and select the name whatever you have just created. So I created my config 1702. So I click it. Now it will download in my machine. So you can download into the local machine, you can put in the centralized server, or wherever you are having a shared folder in your production environment or in a company, you can put it there so that it can be safe. Now your config backup is safe, right? Let me rename it my config 1702. I am making it as underscore 10. All right, whatever I have backup I have just downloaded. Another thing, that what your backup we have taken, we have to restore it back, right? It might be the case that you made some changes, something gone wrong, or your another guy made some changes with your firewall, and now you want to restore the config backup of before 1 month or 2 months. You have that backup, right? So how can you restore it? So in that case, you can go to import named configuration snapshot. You can click it here. So there are two options. Either you can select it here, right? If I browse it here, you can select it here from whatever that underscore 10 we have selected, right? So click it here, click OK. Whatever it was in the machine, it has loaded to our firewall. Now this config has been saved. So now we are going to load this named configuration. It was just importing, right? We have imported to our firewall. We have not loaded in this firewall. So what I'm going to do now, I will load this named configuration to this firewall. So whenever I go it here, it will have two options. Whatever we have saved 1702, that was exported back to our local machine. Another, whatever name I have changed is to underscore 10. So both options are available. I have changed the name so that you can easily distinguish between whatever has been exported from our local machine to the firewall, and this was the config which was available on the firewall but taken previously. So that's how it is. We can select any of them and click OK, and that's how configuration is being loaded, and the task manager for status you can check it, right? So I can check it here in the task status, and it is very small config, so obviously it has loaded successfully. There is no issues on that one. So one more thing you have to take care whenever you are transferring the config from one device to another device. Just always make sure that you are transporting the configuration to the same version, same pan OS, then only they are going to work. But yes, that is always okay whenever you're doing the replacement with the same version of firewall. All right, so this was it, and I feel it was very important to start the configuration, because if you don't know that how to restore the things or what things you can do, so it was very important to understand this thing before going to security policies and complex things. All right, guys, this was it on the basic setup, commit and config and changes. So after that one, I will go to the admin access on the next firewall, that whatever the admin privileges we are having. So till that, bye bye. See you soon in the next session.